Everything house music, propelling sounds with meaning, delivering on emotions that lack feeding. Intact, your souls have no peeling. Everything house music, casting spells on unlearned beings, bringing them to the underground. Those are grooves that are worthy. House music is where it's at, believe me. Everything house music.
Everything house music, propelling sounds with meaning, delivering on emotions that lack feeding. Intact, your souls have no peeling. Everything house music, casting spells on unlearned beings, bringing them to the underground. These grooves are worthy, cause house music is where it's at. Believe me, everything house music.
Everything house music, propelling sounds with meaning, delivering on emotions that lack feeding. Intact, your souls have no peeling. Everything house music, casting spells on unlearned beings, bringing them to the underground. These are grooves that are worthy. House music is where it's at, believe me. Everything house music.
Happy Thursday, everyone. Um, happy Ladies' Night. Keep Thursday, and it's everything house music. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being here. And this evening, the 16th of Feb, halfway through the month of love, which is what they call it. I hope everyone got enough love in the last couple of days. Our guest this evening is Dvrk Henning. Dvrk Henning, a young man all the way from Bloem, DJ producer. I think I came across this man not so long ago, and I came across him. It was some controversial things in J. That's how I came across him. But I was like, now we need to have this man on our spaces. We need to talk to him because he's got some good music out there. He's got some absolutely amazing music. I mean, what we played just now is is a dub mix of Jaded. So Jaded is comes from that album that released last year. Yes, no, 2021, August. Yes, so it was actually a 9-track album, and the album was called Travel No Year. So if you want to check that out, just go and type Travel No Year by Dvrk Henning, and you will come across the album. It also has the likes of Electroni in that album. These names. I wonder how he comes up with his names, but we're gonna ask him. So yeah, that's our guest this evening on Everything House Music. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, Mike is yours, and we are yours, of course, too. So don't be shy to come and grab the mic and be a part of the conversation for the next 2 hours or so as we chat with our guest this evening. Before Riako guest, before Riako Dvrk Henning, let's start with Lloyd. Haven't heard Miss LP in a long time. Hey, Lloyd Incha. Happy Thursday, Incha. Are you good?
I'm good, Vox. I'm just surprised that we had to open 5 minutes late. Actually, 6 minutes later. Because I've been refreshing. I'm like, come on, what's happening? What's happening? Container eventually opened. But yeah, I'm excited about tonight. To learn more about Dvrk Henning. He's been making rounds. On the TL. Yeah, so we'll find that out soon. Miss LP. Hey, final. Yazi ngithi final.
I wonder ke finally yang ke UEFA or ke finally yang. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Yeah, such an honor to be here. So obviously, just be in the same space as. Oh, basically, before I go on, actually, can I just say, Vox, I'm very proud of you. I'm not sure if it's because the name is so basic, but you pronounced it correctly. So we thank you. We love the progress. But yeah, excited to be here tonight. Can't wait to share, information, basically with obviously the listeners, but especially this human being who's basically graced us with his presence. I'm really really looking forward to getting some nuggets, understanding in terms of music, your role and the other things behind it. I'm more on the softer side. I want to know more about you, so I'll let the gentleman go into the technicalities, and then I will touch on the softer side of life. I would also like to say to everybody who's in the space, happy belated Valentine's Day. I hope you guys, had a blessed day. Let us share love. Guys, love is beautiful, man. Plus, we're busy nje 14, but yeah, sikho lapho. So yeah, looking forward to basically having this session with you guys. Can't wait. Over to you, Voxy.
Thank you so much, Miss LP. So, Miss LP, did you not receive my flowers?
Usithumele kuphi? Let's just start there. Unless if you're talking about virtual flowers.
I guess they're still on the way. They're still on the way. I'll check with the courier. I'll check with the courier. They're probably on the way. But thank you for joining us, Miss LP. Thank you so much. Nogwada said she might be a bit late, but she also probably come through. So, but thank you to each and every person who's here. and hayi zobuya futhi njengenjwayelo. Let me test the mic. Let's test the mic of our guest this evening. Dvrk Henning. Good evening, brother. Welcome to Everything
Yeah,
House Music.
yeah, how are you, man?
I'm not. Oh, good. I'm fine. It's a Thursday evening. We should be out, maybe gallivanting somewhere. Mara, we are here.
Thanks for having me, man. And shout out to everyone who's listening and the host, obviously.
No, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. As Lloyd mentioned, I think I've seen a couple of interviews from your side in recent weeks. I mean, I think last week or so, you were on Metro FM, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, yes, I was on the Evan Beat on Friday.
And how was that, Sinja? Was it your first time? How was it talking to, I think, Ryan, the DJ, right?
Yeah, actually, it was just a mix, and everything was unplanned because he just texted me on Monday that week, like last week, to bring up the mix on the show. So I think it was a good opportunity, and it shows a little bit of progress, from what we've been doing.
No, no, definitely, definitely. I mean, to get yourself on radio, especially Metro FM, Urban Beats, no one sanchao ra upizi and you busy, uh, and on the right path, I guess you're on the right path of things. But before you carry on,
Yeah.
Lloyd, are you happy with Mike Yatakuncha? I'm not happy. What do you think?
He's audible. We can hear him.
Okay,
As
I
long as
think
we can
maybe
hear him, I
yeah.
think.
Okay.
It's raining in Bloom, guys.
Yeah, I network ya blue million.
Mm. But it's raining
Is
everywhere.
it
It's raining
bad?
in
Cause
Joburg.
oh yeah, the rain just started here.
Okay, you sound a bit better now.
Are
Nkari,
you
Mike,
are you using?
Nkari, no, it's very too close or
I think
something.
he's using headphones.
Yeah, I just adjusted my posture. So I think how is it now?
You better. You're a bit better. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I think we'll have to juggle this one through today. Yo, yeah, because we can already hear you breaking there and there, but we'll manage. We'll manage, Doug Henning. Let's start with your name. Let's start with your name, please. Who is Doug Henning? I mean, where does the name come from? And of course, you played around with alphabets. But yeah, what is Doc Henning? Thank you.
Dark because I play dark chords. Usually, mostly I like playing dark chords. So as a hip hop producer, I'm actually a hip hop producer, and then there's on the house side. So on the house side, I was looking for a stage name that would be appealing to the sound that I was planning to bring, like those chords, the dark melodies and choices. So that's where dark came from. And Henning was just a surname. I was looking for a surname because I've always wanted to have a name with a name. 'Cause when I started planning this dark Henning brand, I actually took time researching, planning, like everything had to be on point in my mind. So until I was ready, that's when I started pushing the brand.
So how far back is this? Because I was looking through your discography and finally, I think I can see music up until 2021. But how far back does Doc Henning come from?
Musically, I've been making music from 2013. Like I said, I'm a house DJ before Dark Henning, and I was doing hip hop as a source of income, and I was good at it, so which I still do. And as a house DJ, I've always wanted to make my music, but I wanted when I release or starting pushing the brand, I should be like everything should be on point, like not just like a beginner or something. So I took my time and I started the Dark Henning brand in 2020 around lockdown. Lockdown, yeah.
Oh, okay. So around lockdown, you had all the time in the world to really, I mean, make music and pen out this career that you're gonna have as a deep house or house music producer.
Yeah, because that time I had a lot of time and I was making a lot of music and everything was kind of like I don't everything was making sense like so quickly. Everything I was planning, so it kind of helped me in a way also because I'll spend a lot of time making music around that time and arranging my brand, social media, those kind of stuff.
Oh, okay, lovely, lovely. So, what? But also, I mean, was it a I mean, was it a change of, I mean, maybe direction in your musical career that you wanna dwell into house music? Was it a thing of you see yourself maybe excelling in this genre of music? Did you see maybe spaces that you can fill in this genre itself?
Yeah, I trusted myself in the genre, like making music that would be more appealing, and I was kind of confident because I was at first I was doing hip hop, and you know there's vocal mixing on hip hop that's happening a lot, and there's melodies. So with house, I felt like it's kind of straightforward, so I wouldn't struggle that much. So I was confident. Hence, I was confident when I started.
Yeah, imagine that. I think 2 weeks ago we had Citizen is here, and he said, "Nah, I just started music in July. August I started releasing. So I guess is it just that
Yeah,
easy? I mean, but you've been doing it for the longest time. I mean, 2013, which is 10 years now.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so I mean, and happy when you did start the music. I mean, who were the people that you reached out to with everything? Mamela into kanje, kupumamele mona, what do you think? I mean, of course there were people, right? I guess.
Yeah. Um, Hence I say I've been researching before I've started actually say now let's go. I was researching a lot of stuff. I was looking at the guys who are in the game, how they do things, how they behave, things like that. So when I came in, I had a lot of things that I thought of that were well thought of. So I just had to start doing it. So many things like how you do something and something comes out of it, not just do things for social media for likes and shares or put up the wrong project and regret later, stuff like that. And how to carry myself, like everything, you like I was researching before I started everything, and I still do. I'm still learning.
So research here, how is it only based perhaps in essay or everywhere? I mean, do you how far do you take your research?
My research is based on I would say globally because most of the people that inspire me are not in SA and are not generally making house music and stuff like that. I just look at things how they are, like not promise myself something that is not there, like straightforward things, to be honest.
Kimango influencer who's not even making house music, who's overseas. Kibomango.
It's his name is Sayar the Kid. I think he's one independent artist that changed me into being an independent artist. He was part of Young Money and he changed that. So in his lyrics, he's always pushing independence, how to run the business, stuff like that, quality, and the amount of the work that he puts out. Like the guy would release about 4 albums in a year. So I love his work ethic also. So yeah, I think that's what the things that inspire me the most about him.
Not interesting, Incha. It seems like I think we've been talking about this on the deep house space, in terms of perhaps the guys not putting enough effort into their careers, research, admin. I think it seems like you are there. You are getting there. You are finding these formulas of being perhaps an whole artist, rather than waiting for record labels or waiting for people to buy directly direct from you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it seems like you got this, Ncha. But
yeah.
before reaffair, and my co-host start complaining about us talking too much, um, let's play some music. Let's play a song, and then we'll come back. We'll come back to more questions, perhaps, and more conversations. Even see here that Just Move Records is here. So maybe this guy wants to sign you. We don't know. Maybe he wants you to release music under Just Move Records. Yabo. Interesting. So let's play a
Yeah.
song. There's a song that there's a couple of songs that you shared. So when I play this one that's made by Divine Maestro and Mark Lane, All I Need, and this is your remix of the song. So let's start there, and then we'll play a couple of songs so that people can know your style of music, can know your flavor. Thank you again for joining us on Everything House Music. Today's guest is Dvrk Henning. I came across him in the streets when things were a bit shady, but today we have him on the space, just to find out a bit more about this man. For now, please enjoy some music.
All I need is your time. All I need is your time. All I need is your time. I get cold, baby. I'm always got this time. I need you. Girl, every time I need to see you glow, I need you. I need you. All I need is your time. I get cold, I get cold, baby. I'm always got this time. I need you. Girl, every time I need to see you glow, I need you. I need you. All I need is your time. Get up with your hands, put it down, you just know that nobody can overcome the way I love you, the way I feel. Can you take away my breath?
And that is all I need with Divine Maestro and Mark Lane, with the remix coming from our guest this evening on Everything House Music, all the way from Bloom, Dvrk Henning. At Dvrk Henning, and I think, yes, we started off our chat quite well, quite easy. Um, but before I pass on the mic to our co-host, before I pass on the mic to the co-host, the co-captains of Everything House Music, I think could you just briefly summarize where are you from, brother? Where you from? I mean, what is your background? Did you study music? Besides the fact that you did mention that you started making music 2013, but did you study it? Was there lineage perhaps in your family that made you start music? Yeah, please just tell us where you're from. Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't study music like in school, but I've taught myself music. Like I said, before I start music, I was learning the chords, the scales, like everything about music, the instrument. So that time I was only a DJ, and my father was playing flute, but me and him was just basically sharing music, listening to music, because we always listen to music. When I was going to school and going to work, we would play music. So my relationship with him was more about listening to music, not making music. Learning music, I think I've started being curious more about making music after high school. So yeah, I started pushing music, I think 2013, 2014. That's when I started learning. But everything was a process. I wasn't rushing anything. Like I was learning the instrument. Everything was like in segments.
Oh, thanks for that. Thanks for that. And then Ko Bloom, yeah, where you from, Ko Bloom? Um, I mean, is Bloom actually? I mean, in terms of the city, in terms of the music, house music, how influential is house music, Ko Bloom?
Your house music is very big in Bloom, very very big, like very big. Like clubbing, even now, I know I'm a piano is dominating, but trust me, in Bloom there are so many places that you can go. You would listen to the music that you love, which is deep house. Yeah, I think the music culture here is big, but in terms of support, it's not that big because we watch people from Joburg, so everyone would go with people from Joburg. So local artists here are not really winning, like not a lot.
Nah, Riazwagala nje. Definitely. When I come and pay a visit to Koplum, I've never been to Plum. In fact, it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense why I've never been there. But thanks for the submission. Lloyd, should I start with you or should I pass? Let's pass on the mic to Miss LP.
A re ko stranger se sa rena se.
The amazing, the sensational Miss LP. Lloyd has requested that you pick up the mic, please. Thank you.
And then he must tell me when it's his turn, why he keeps calling me a stranger, because I was with him 2 weeks ago. But that's besides the point. Ke taba tsa ka tlung, re tla di discussa tseo. I'm talking about the space when I Lloyd. So I think for me, I might have missed it. I just want to know, Doc Henning, your real name. So obviously you've given us a bit of a background in terms of where you come from and how you grew up. But a ka utlwa lebitso la hao hore ke mang? Name and surname, VIN number, full detail. We want to know who you are.
Okay, my name is Tapelo Zwane, and I was born in Butabelo, they say, but we only spent 2 days there. So 2 days after my birth, we moved to Bloom. So yeah, and I've been to Bloom like for the rest of my life. The only time I've been in Joburg was 2017. Yeah.
Hmm. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We take it Tapelo.
Yes. Yes,
Tapelo.
that's
Okay,
Tapelo.
pleasure to meet you. So now, the surname situation. How did we get to Henning? Like, because I'm understand that. Okay, I'm thinking Bloom. It kind of makes sense, but I give a clue. We get sure. Henning when it's okay.
Uh, the same name like Henning.
Mm.
Oh yeah, like the same name was just something that I thought out. Like I said, I was looking for something catchy. Now that I found dark, I was satisfied. The only thing that I was missing was the name. So Henning was something not popular. Like we don't normally hear the surname Henning. So I was looking for something like that.
You don't hear the surname Henning if Osatwai like certain group of people, but for the rest of us that are very familiar with a different group of people, we are used to that surname. I think that's why I'm so curious. How did you get to Henning? Because again, I
Alright,
can another
alright.
Bloom. I'm thinking so nothing specific to a certain group of people.
No, no.
Okay. So you mentioned Hore, you've been making music since 2013 and then obviously 2021 plus minus going back to what Vox was saying, Hore, that's when we now start really seeing you and you saying Hore, you were basically cooking in the background. You wanted to refine certain things before you could actually really give us, Dark Henning. What was it that really kept you going? What was it that really gave you that patience? Because I mean, if you look at music currently, especially DJs and even producers, people want a quick fix. That's why you're getting all these, whether it's a ghost producer or DJs tse batlang ho kena just because of fame. So what for you continued to make you want to be patient and really just work on that craft before you could really give us, let me say, the best version of yourself?
Um, I think people live similar life currently, so that kind of pushes me, and almost everyone is doing the same thing. So I always want to do things different. So I like when I see people doing the same things, and I'm like, I don't want to be like that. And when I see people make mistakes, I'm like, I don't want to be like that. So I was checking out the things that actually motivate me into being better, like making better choices from people around me. And everyone who was doing good, I would say, yeah, I like that. I need to do that. So basically, that's what kept me pushing. And even now, I'm still checking out. I'm still like, I would be curious if I'm doing something right. If I'm about to drop something, I would think like for over a month if the sound is good. Are we currently jamming into this sound, like the artworks, things like that? I'm forever wanting to better myself.
I like that. And I must just commend you. You did mention that you are self-taught when it comes to music. I'm a very big advocate of education in general, but especially if you're really passionate about something and you really just hone into understanding the intricacies of whatever it is that you're passionate about. So I must just say, when you mention that you are self-taught, I think for me, there's that much more respect for you. I always say
Yeah,
to people, it's not to say that when we talk about education that we're expecting Steve KD, or that you from a reputable whether an institution, but just learning in general, really going into the intricate details of whatever it is that you're passionate about. So kudos to you for that. I'd like to also
yeah.
understand from a let me just say from a career perspective, who are those people that you have looked up to that you would want to one day, maybe let's say, work with, either from a vocalist perspective, or maybe producers that you would like to work with, the people that you really look up to that one day you would like to work with?
Well, Natty Nice is one of those people, like his discipline and what he's doing, like creating the website, like just thinking out of the box, even his music. And Pierre Johnson is one of those people, like on in his own lane, business wise, choices, how he pushes his brand. So I feel like I need to always watch out to those people and learn, because it's it's a learning journey. It never stops. And yeah, I think I'm always inspired to actually do more by everyone that I look up to.
I'm hoping that he's listening. One thing I definitely love about this platform is anything is possible, right? It is
Yeah.
everything house music, so everything and anything is possible if you put it out there. So not nice. I hope you're listening. The other thing is you mentioned that you've got a hip hop background. You've also, obviously, we know now that obviously from a house perspective, you're quite big there. Are there any other genres of music that of interest to you that maybe one day you could tap into?
Yeah, because I'm very curious. I would also wanna do some type of like those Java type of Afro pop, like the fusion of Afro and R&B, like Nomfundo more. I would also like it to tap into that kind of production, like Boma Fikizolo, because I feel like it's more musical and yeah.
Interesting. Geez, you've just mentioned three different types of genres of music that seem really, not even related, but I suppose music is music, right? The essence of music, that is. So thank you for that. I think I'm going to ask you one last question for now. Could you maybe just tell us, in your from 2013, basically, in your years of experience, what would you say have been the highest highlights of your career, as well as the lowlights? And what are those learnings that you've taken, especially from the lowlights?
Um, Doc Henning, are you still there, brother? if it's me. Lloyd, can you hear me?
No, I was
I
I was
can hear you.
wondering. I was also wondering
Okay,
if it's me or
okay,
him. So.
okay. Maybe I
Can
think
you
we
hear
just
me?
lost it. I can hear everyone. I can hear everyone.
Okay,
Yeah, we can hear you,
perfect.
Sophie.
Okay,
So
okay.
I think Dvrk Henning, if you can maybe just log out and then back in and request the mic. Let's hope that we will be able to hear you there.
Yeah, I
I don't
probably
think he
lost
can
him.
hear us. Yeah.
I think you lost him through network. Okay, let me text him. But in the meantime, let's play a song. Let's play a song. Let's play a song and take a smoke break, drinking break, chocolate break. People have got
I think,
chocolates because they
Foxy,
received
in the
them.
meantime, do you want to maybe throw us a number there?
Yes, definitely. Definitely, Miss LP. I'll do that. Yeah, let's play a song. And then we'll come back. We'll come back definitely to our conversation. Okay, he's back. He's back, but let's play a song. And thank you again for joining us on Everything House Music. Yes, we're around SA and facing load shedding and all kinds of crap. So our networks are not perfect right now, honestly. They're not perfect anyway. So please bear with us. Bear with us. The next song that I'm gonna play, this one is called Star Mine. This is a dub mix from our guest this evening, Dvrk Henning, all the way from Bloemfontein. Please enjoy.
My word restaurant. Special. Dvffodils. I just want you to know. Stall mine. special. You know you know what it is. I just want you to know mine. It's all mine. Thank you. If I were a restaurant, special. You know you know what it is. I just want you to know mine. It's all mine. If I were a restaurant, special. You know you know what it is. I just want you to know mine. It's all mine.
And that is Star Mine, the dub mix by our guest this evening on Everything House Music, Dvrk Henning. Um, I think this guy is sound there, Dvrk Henning, like so clean, so smooth, so easy. Definitely something that can be released under Just Move Records. Definitely, it's that type of sound. It just sounds good. It just sounds really really good. I guess that's why Mix is here. I guess so. That's why Mix is here today. But shout out to our guest, and shout out to each and every person who's here. We have some really really good, amazing people that are here today. Latina is here. Shout out to the hot man in the industry. Goofy is here. Goofy is a very good producer. I'm a DJ the side of the world of Livingston Cape. Uh, the short chubby ninja is also here. I don't know why he's not grabbing the mic today, but he's here and he's hanging out with us. So thank you to you. Thank you for coming through. Madlamini, the deep house head. She's a proper deep house head. She's also here. Shirley Heavens, vocalist. She's also here. Thank you so much for joining us. Miss LP, should I come back to you or Ganchan? But let me come back to you, Miss LP. Please take the mic and lead us again.
Yes, thank you so much for your patience. Dvrk Henning ungishaye ngephuma naye yasema-training. Umuntu kuphunywa naye uhambe nami. So I'm back now. Thank you. But yeah, basically I think my closing question for now was around highlights as well as lowlights within your career so far. And then I'd also asked if you can maybe just elaborate in terms of the lowlights. What have been those learnings from those lowlights? Thank you.
Yeah, apologies to everyone in the space. Yeah, Dvrk Henning. He says it's raining in Bloom. So yeah, network. Eish, impete. I got man. But let's try him again. It's connecting. So eish, and look at Kamuki load shedding and stuff. But Dvrk Henning, can you hear us? Can you hear me?
Yeah, guys, sorry, like I'm having at least with my Wi-Fi here, but I just told my brother to fix it.
Now we understand, Mfana. You are in South Africa, so a lot of us are going through a lot of crappy network issues. But Miss LP was asking regarding your lowlights and some highlights, and perhaps regarding your lowlights, could you explain a bit further about them in your career so far? Thank you.
I,
The low,
Voxman. Yeah, sorry, Anyani
the,
Henning. Can you hear me, guys? Sorry.
Yes, we can.
Oh, so I was just saying specifically when it comes to the lowlights. Now, if you can just talk us through your learning. So, what have you actually learned from the lowlights, and what would you maybe do better regarding those? Thanks.
okay. Um, my low lights were like that Dawson saga, and I've learned that in South Africa, actually, when it comes to house music, um, everyone is for every man is for himself. Because I mean, what was happening, it was something that I think would have been understood from that point.
Aish, apologies again. I think yes, I think we lost him. I think we lost him. Aish, and we see this young man. You can actually see that what he's talking. He talks his truth. Wait, he talks his truth, and he knows what he's talking about. And I think someone similar that I think we've had. Maybe Lloyd can actually even correct me, but someone similar to Doc Henning, um, Empower RSA. Yeah, these young men, I think have come to our spaces as guests and actually just gave us some good wisdom from their careers. So let's wait. Let's see if he can come back and we can carry on the conversation with him. But before we just test his mic again or play music, Miss LP, what are your thoughts about Doc Henning so far? He seems like a really good guy who's got a good head on his shoulders.
For me, the interesting part, and I was just about to ask, njengoba busy, this young man, unangaki?
I mean, young could be any age these days, right?
I'm just checking. I'm just checking. Ngithi mhlawumbe uhleli ne-ID number yakhe lapho somewhere, revealing his deepest, darkest secrets. But asikho lapho. Yeah, I think what I'm really appreciating is just the rawness. I think you know me, and you know that I like, and I love people who are, I think, like well versed, especially in terms of like linguistics, right? But I equally appreciate people that are just very raw, who just tell their story as it is. Forget the confettis, forget the, all these what do you call them again, the special effects, forget all of that, but just being raw, giving us your story as it is. I'm really appreciating that about him. I won't talk on his age because I'm Mazi personally, but I'll just stick to what I'm hearing so far. So I'm enjoying it. He sounds like, I'm saying, like umuntu really that has a story to tell. So I'm really hoping he comes back so that we can get to learn more. The other thing that I am appreciating is the fact that he's really just throwing it out there. Like, these are the people that I want to work with. You're here. Please, take this opportunity to listen to what I, have to share. And then maybe, who knows? Phela sabo matchmaker. Angithi ngiyakuzwa namanje busy. Uzama matchmaker. Plus, it's the month of, love. njengoba ushilo. So hopefully he'll be able to get some sort of an opportunity also out of this interview. I think what I really appreciate about what we do more than anything else is bringing people together. So if someone can benefit from that, then I ngiyayivotela ke leyo. But yeah, here he is. Let's hope that third time's a charm.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that was Miss LP. Miss LP is also a DJ. So if you're looking for an amazing um, house music, Afro tech, I'm a piano DJ. Contact me. Contact me. I'll do the booking. And yes, we can bring it through. Who's a gimme? Shout out to Miss LP. Doc
And
Henning, brother.
Vox bangangifoneli.
Never. Bazoza kimi kuqala. Sikawara, sikawara, sikawara. Bathoma kubona pele before they get to you. Definitely. Dvrk Henning, brother. Okay, your mic is unmuted. Can you hear me? Can you hear us? Mic check, mic check.
a nna ke lejetse itse ka network ya Bloom e seng le pula ena so nna ke le wenne nna 10 minutes before the space ka ra le no itse nje gore di tlo re boela.
Yeah, man, it's quite unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate. But before I go to music, Lloyd, as we try to just get him back, I think maybe you need to use cell phone network, not Wi-Fi. You need to use LTE. Your phone straight, not Wi-Fi. Maybe Wi-Fi msinya everything. But thoughts on this on Dvrk Henning, Lloyd, so far?
Vox, what do you mean Wi-Fi is not better than the phone? I feel like the router catches more um, frequency than the phone, depending on which phone is using, of course. So you can't speculate on that and say you must use the LTE phone and not their router, not knowing which phone is using. Answer.
So get
But
iPhone
anyway,
problem more. Get iPhone
nah, we
jive.
don't know. We don't know.
Hey,
So
Lloyd.
let's just resort to Wi-Fi. I connect. I reset the Wi-Fi. Things will be okay. So yeah, man. Dvrk Henning is a good producer. It's a good producer. Um, I wanted to find out or what inspired his sound because he's from Bloom, right? And if you look at Bloemfontein, you look at Qwaqwa, Parys, Velkom, Sasol, Val, those areas almost like they're similar in terms of receiving the deep house genre. There's a lot of joints of deep house every corner. So I think I wanted to understand what influenced his sound because there's quite different sounds coming from all over the site. Yeah, yeah, Bloom going up, uyabo Velkom, uyabo Qwaqwa. Deep inside Free State, they do jam to deep house. So yeah, but yeah, no, his sound is good. It's proper. It's proper sound. Um, abo dark remix alternative what. You know them, mas. So yeah, please do play a song. Please do play a song. I don't know which one, but do play a song. Yaga Dvrk Henning.
So I'm gonna play this song that we came across when he released a song, and yeah, and then it was revoked. But before I play the song, let's hear Miss LP. Miss LP, Kubunke, Mike.
Sorry, just one last comment. Since Hayo to sell himself, remember, again, now he's thrown out some names, right? So when you select music, please just have that in the back of your mind that we're trying to sell this man, right? Thank you.
Wena. Wena nomasimba wena. Ngicela ngaw-blind. Dala ngitshela. From a very, very long time ago. So there's a song, in actual fact, that was taken down by Dvrk Henning. That is called Unicode. It was taken down I think it was in December or something, somewhere there, uh, because of certain reasons of infringement of different sounds or whatever. But you know what I've come to learn after coming across that from Udark and coming across that also. I think there was another song that someone claimed that it sounds like "Make Up Your Mind" by Chronicle D. But I think there's so many sample packs out there from these artists. Themselves, they take out sample packs, and themselves they go and research and look for sample packs, and somehow they use the same ones. So it's not really that you chopped someone's song, but it's because maybe you use the same sample thing, right? I think maybe no Pua can actually explain this a bit better than I am. So that's what the research that I've been doing, and that's I've been cutting across. So we might be saying that artists are chopping or one another's songs or whatever, but in actual fact, they're using the same sample packs. That's what I've come across, and perhaps the likes of Nutty Nice can actually, I don't know, maybe share with us something like that a bit further. And I think maybe we need a space like that. Yes, actually find out how it happens, and because it's happening a lot, it's literally happening a lot. So for now, I'll play Unicord. This was released under I think um, Groove Garden Records. I can't remember now, but yeah, it was taken down sometime in December. But please enjoy Unicord by our guest, Dvrk Henning. and that is Unicord by Dvrk Henning. I remember when the song actually came out. Yes, I was one of those asking Dvrk Henning, "It's what's happening here, Dvrk Henning? This, yeah, this talks. This sounds like this." And immediately I went and I bought it. I bought it fast, and I think a couple of hours later it was taken down. But I really hope Dvrk Henning can actually come up and just explain all these things, these technicalities that happen like this, these unfortunate technicalities that us as fans perhaps don't really know about them, but we are quick to uh, to 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 blab our mouths, and I would admit I was one of them. I was one of them, asking him, like, "Hey, this sounds like this," or whatever, whatever. But I think what we all needed to do after that is actually just do some research about how a producer can make perhaps a similar sound to someone else. And I went and I just did some of that. And it would be good to actually find out from other producers how possible is it to have a song that sounds similar to someone else's song. And maybe the simplest reason could be the fact that we use the same sample pack and we didn't change much. I didn't change much in the song. I've never heard this song. Or could be anything. I would really like to know. I would really like to know. Because as I mentioned, I think a couple of days ago, last week or something, someone posted a song, Make Up Your Mind. But I believe Chronicle Deep also uses sample packs. It's possible that those guys that make that song that sounds like Make Up Your Mind, they went and they used the same sample pack as Chronicle Deep. But what do I know? What do I know? Lloyd, what are your thoughts on this one, Incha? I mean, we've been doing this thing for so long. I think we should have an idea. Right? What do you think?
Ntsha Chronicle Deep ita. I feel like Chronicle Deep has its own thing, man. You can't say he's using the generic sample sounds. No. Nah. But Yaga Doug Henning, it's possible. It's possible. Because his sound is the similar to the one Yaga Dawson, right? Was it Dawson? It was Dawson, no Vox.
Yeah, I know it was a song released
Yeah,
by Dawson.
his sound is similar to Dawson, so it could be possible that they use the same sample, and these samples you'd find Hore, there's a key note in all of them. Hence the songs will sound similar. But if you listen to both of the songs, there's change in, I don't know, what do they call them? Is it hi-hats or actually it's an already producer, but anyway, we must learn these things, folks. The production, reconoids or in-game. So I think it's hi-hats or something. They sound they're different. The hi-hats are different. The beat is different, but there's those samples, those key samples that are similar in both songs. So that's what made, even if you could share them, the Shazam will never pick up that part of the song. Or nah, this is the same thing. This is the song from, you know. Sometimes Shazam does pick that up, or hi, you're listening to this, but in actual fact, you're listening to a different song that sounds similar to the other one. Yeah, well. So that's my two rant. Yeah, but that's my two rant.
I
Speaking
like
of
I
two
like
Um,
rand, Vox, did you get your refund?
No, I didn't. I mean I already purchased the song, so no, I didn't. No, I didn't. I got it from Texas. So $2. I was fine. It was good. I didn't complain. I
Sifuni
I bought the
manzet.
whole no, I bought the whole I bought both of the songs from the EP. Yeah, so I didn't complain about anything. No, it was fine. It's yeah, I've never played the song anyway though. First time playing the song on the space. That's why I'm not even tweeting about it. I don't want anyone coming back like, hey, Fox, Fox, Fox. Hey, man. I actually gave the mic to Upoga. Upoga is a producer of music. Yeah, he deals with sounds. Very intelligent guy, this man. Very intelligent guy. I like him a lot. So that's why I gave him the mic. So he can come and actually maybe explain a few of these things to us too. Upoga Program, welcome to Everything House Music. Yet again.
Yo, sanbonani, dumela Miss LP, dumela Lloyd, dumela Voxman, dumela Everything House Music, dumela to everyone inside the space, Kiatepa le shapo. I hope you guys are good, man. Shout out. Akere Lambo. Lloyd, Akere Wambo. Akere Lambo. But I hope you guys are good. I hope everyone is great, man. On my side is raining. Yeah, I don't know the weather on your side, but I hope you guys are warm. You guys are safe. Yeah, load shedding is doing the things to be done. But awesome space, awesome space. It is that time again. It is Everything House Music, with Dvrk Henning. Yeah, man, awesome guy, awesome producer. Well, I knew him a long time. Yeah, he's Katinyana, nje, but I didn't really know who it was. I even thought it was like of a different color, yabo, a person of a different color. I didn't think ukuthi, oh, he's from La Mzansi, Bloemfontein, because of his sound. No lies, no lies. Like his sound is so crafted in a way you would like think it's international. You understand? And for that, I applaud him. I really applaud him for that. And shout out to Amakhotman, abo Nati Nice. Shout out. But yeah, Ngre Ninja, how are you, Vox man?
Nah, Mfana, all good, Mfana. Before we actually go to Dvrk Henning, thoughts on what I said in Pinch. As a producer of music, as a DJ, have you literally come across perhaps using the exact same sample packs that another producer might use? And also, secondly, do you also make your own sample packs, well? Because I believe also producers make their own sample packs and send them out there into the world for anyone to utilize. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, Voxman, without a doubt, man. I mean, each and every producer, DJ, what artist, they get to have that moment. It's like example, I'm in studio with you. You have your own sample packs, and I love them. So I will obviously ask them from you. You understand? So I can recreate or reuse them. You understand? However, it comes where we have producers who are lazy to be like tweaking and playing around with that sound. They would use the exact sound exactly the way it is, you understand? Where else if you were just to tweak it, add effects lapho nalapho yabo, play around with it, play the put it on a piano roll, play around with the sounds, the notes, you understand? It could bring something different, yana, you understand? But however, if ever, here's one thing you should know and really understand. As a producer, you will know your sound. Yabo. You will definitely know your sound. You will definitely know your music. You will know your signature, your hand. You understand that? You will know, okay, no, man. The sound, it's similar to that guy's music. You understand? Even just the listener could tell that no, this sound, it really sounds like smang mang le smang mang. You understand? Because why? The producer was, if I could put it, they were lazy to be going to stretch their arm into adding like effects and tweaking that sound. I understand? Yes, we don't say hore it's a good thing to go and Luena use that sound without their permission, of course, because we have producers again who create their own sample packs, but also it has their signature within it. Meaning, if you could use it without their notice, yeah, it would be about copyright infringement and all that. Yeah, it would be a copyright. Re bua holo la re mute, ne?
Hadi Puga. Hadi Puga.
But yeah, just to answer you and going back to the space. They do, Voxman. We do use sample packs, we do use loop packs, we do use plugins, VSTs. They actually differ. We even share, you understand? And yes, like me as Boga, as a producer, I can create my own sample pack. I can create my own loop pack and everything, doing it from scratch because we also have like programs which you could redesign or design a sound and create your own sound. You understand? So yeah, it is possible.
Thanks for that, Mfana. Thanks for that. I think yeah, maybe one thing this year I want to pay a bit more focus on is actually literally that, learning these different sounds, learning how producers without us just speaking and talking about this, cause spacing, Nali Lloyd, Ling Ling, as fans. I think yeah, we just need to educate ourselves a bit more about this. But let me give the mic to Miss LP before you go back to our guest because he's back. Miss LP. The platform is yours.
So I think just an add-on for me, I would like to understand: are there some sort of, and this is for Booger and Doc Henning actually, are there some sort of parameters, whether it's from a percentage, range, etc., point of view, something that's more tangible that could avoid one getting into trouble? Because I understand that Booger's saying you know your sound, or understand that, but sometimes you don't know how far you can take it. I think if there's nothing that's tangible that says here within this range or this percentage you are within the law, outside of this you're outside of the law, is there something more tangible?
Boga.
Look, like I said, Miss LP, it differs. Cause now, each and every like example right now, all of us right now in this space, we all know Natty Nice sound, right? We do know who okay, no, his sound is different, is more matured and all that and all that. And then as Boga, I come. There are some elements that maybe yes, Nothingness would inspire me. You understand? It's like he has inspired me to a certain level to say, no, you know what? Every music that I wanna do, I want to be kind of like about Nothingness. So I understand. So it would be more of that. But again, it would come back to say now, okay, dude, we hear that you are inspired by him, but now when it sounds like you are doing exactly what he's doing. Yeah, instead of changing, instead of tweaking, instead of bringing up a different element or different creative sound. You understand? So one thing, one way or another, there comes a time where you will notice, or no, man, smang mang ke smang mang, smang mang ke smang mang. I understand that due to that, but also it depends on you as a producer. How creative are you? How really creative are you to go back to say, okay, no, they have given me this project or they have given me this sound? Because you need to remember again, as producers, whether we love it or not, another producer, if ever I was working with Voxman. Voxman would go and I gave packs to Voxman. Voxman, because he is friends with Lloyd, he'll give my packs to Lloyd. You understand? Without my concern, without my notice. And usually, obvious, Vox will tell Lloyd to say, "Ah man, be secretive about this, be silent about this," because if the guy would know, if Boga would know that I gave you samples, or he would go mad. You understand? Khante only to find out that Lloyd will take it to Miss LP. Do you understand? It will go back to that okay, now Miss LP is producing music. How? Okay, Miss LP, your sound is different, man. Your sound is it. Yeah, well, it's slightly different, but then again, we could compare it to Boga's music. You understand? Already says sense ba champa to ho etsahalang. Wabo. So I don't know if I've answered you the way no ibatla ka teng kapo jwang. But then
Yeah, no, I
yes,
appreciate that. I think I get you, Nem. I really do. I think I was taking it a little bit of a step further because again, when we now, let's say hypothetically speaking, we start going into like actual legal battles, because I mean, there's obviously money now attached to these things, especially when, let's say for example, you've given me these sample packs and I've tried to be creative and I think I've been creative, but going back to what Lloyd was saying earlier, which I've actually picked up, funny enough, where you would Shazam a song and it literally is not the song that that you think you're listening to, and then you pick up something else and it's like, whoa, what's going on? And it actually made me think as we were talking about it, right? I'm like, oh, I think that's what they're referring to. So I think it becomes difficult if it's not tangible, because once you now start getting into the legal side of it, how do I win a case where again, you made an example now. If I buy sample packs, let's say from you, and then you give the same sample pack. So let's say you promised me exclusivity, for example, but then you go and you sell it to someone else, but I've released it first. We understand that when it starts getting a little bit more technical, and then we start talking about the legal side of it, that's what I wanted to know, Hore. What would be those parameters that would say I would actually win this case? But it's fine for now. I think I get you to a certain degree. It's just I would have again preferred something I think a little bit more tangible. I don't know if
Okay.
Doc Henning, if you want to, sorry, Boga, I don't know if Doc Henning, if you want to comment on that as well, maybe we can get your view as well.
Okay, let's test the mic again. Attack Henning in chat. Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. I mean, you did hip hop, so that should come easy, I guess, right? Look at me trying to be funny. Attack Henning. Let me try again. Attack Henning in chat. Please unmute your mic. Let's see if you all good and back to talk with us again. Okay, I'll go for a third time. Maybe third luck is the charm, as Miss LP said. Dark Henning. Okay, Dark Henning, ja. If you can hear me, please unmute. But if you can't unmute, maybe you're having problems with your network again. Perhaps, yeah, leave the space and then exit Twitter and and come back again. Because it seems like perhaps your Pula, Yako Bloom, yes, it's a mawaza. I busy today. But short
Voxy, I
chubby
think while
ninja.
we're struggling, yeah, I was gonna say while we're struggling with Dark Henning, sorry, because the only reason I click our cards is because a different perspective, or if maybe he might be able to also expand. But if you don't mind, maybe you can add to that.
Batong, Miss LP. No, I wasn't actually gonna, and I was actually gonna suggest what Voxman really said, having a space of such, talking about such technicalities and music business in general, because it's really needed. I think we do have a lot of tons of producers who have lack and less. I'm gonna say lack and less knowledge when it comes to business, to the music side of business, so I understand. So but just to add on what you wanted to hear, if I could wear that way, Miss LP, is like this. If you done a sample pack, it's gonna be registered under you. If you can license it, it's gonna be licensed under you. You understand? So meaning any producer that would use it, it also depends on how you, when yourself, negotiate, and how is your license, like your the terms and conditions of your licensing. You understand? What do benefits, what other producers do they have within the benefits of using the samples? You understand? Like the disadvantages, the advantages, that thing. So in this case, if ever you created a sample pack right now, and then it's registered under Miss LP, you as Miss LP, you will decide, okay, sharp, I give it, you can give it to Vox, you could give it to Lloyd, they could use it. But however, you will say to say, "Oh, okay, no, you know what, I want 50% splits of royalties. You understand? Due to what? These are my sounds. You used my sounds. You understand? I don't want anything. I don't care about anyone doing anything, but I want 50%. So meaning if Lloyd or Vox was to do music and release music under those samples, using those samples, and then they get to register them within their record label or wherever they are releasing it, within any publishing label, they will have to, whatever they're doing, whatever it's wahubona, it's up to them. But one thing should stand is that Miss LP wants her 50% royalties split. I understand. Whether they sold the song to who and who, it went to who, how, no. When you said you wanted your 50%, you will get your 50%. And that's how it is. I understand. So it goes with that. It goes with the licensing of the samples. It goes with a lot of things. But as again, you need to remember that we're different. Our negotiations are different. So I could have other producers who could come in and talk a different story, to understand, because why, we are different and we're dealing business differently. but that was just my knowledge on my side with what I've went through and what I've dealt with. You understand? But yeah, I'll just pack it there. But Vox, what you said, boy, I think you really need to do it, Njayam. You really need to do it. We need to have this business space in and so music, yabo, just to learn the ins and outs about the business side. Yeah, I'll pack it there. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, man, hey, there's a lot of things that one needs to do, man. I need to get married. I need to have kids. Hey, there's a lot of things, bro. But yeah, we're on it. We on it, Naganjan. Okay, Doc Henning is back again. Okay, because he's our guest. Let me try his mic again. I actually gave the mic to Papa Lise because I think he'll be interested to just get into this conversation. But Doc Henning, you've unmuted your mic. Please say something to us. Let us hear you, brother. Let us hear you, please.
Yeah, man. I want to tap into that sounding the same, some packs and what. You hear me?
Yeah, so we can hear you perfectly. We can hear you perfectly. But before we jump too much further, right? Before Ria Ferrincha, yes, I played Unicode, right? Unicode
Yeah.
that you released from Unicode EP that was taken down. And it was I think it was a very sad day. I think after a week, after I sat back, and we were talking with my friend Umanand, is like, ah, yazi icwele linamasima lishayela kadosini kahle kahle. We actually were saying that. So
Yeah.
please take us through, Mfana, what actually happened. I mean, as a producer and as someone who makes music, but what actually happened when your EP was taken down because of copyright infringement? Thank you.
Well, Manu posted a video on Instagram and the song was doing round. So it was being hyped up actually. So I think Dawson picked it up from there. And I logged on to Twitter and I saw, hey, Dark Henning, this and this and this and this. So yeah, man, I wasn't sad from that. I was actually happy because like I said, I like people who are negative because I feel like people react the same way. Like in house music, let's say a signature. I don't want to be like the guys who are having signatures. Today I want to do this kind of sound. Tomorrow I want to do this kind of sound because I listen to music in general. So all this music that I listen to kind of inspires me. All this sound. So I cannot box myself up and do one sound. So I think Unicode when I made it, I was playing on D minor and yeah, like the strum, anyone can do it. And I picked it up, like, okay, like this sound kind of similar, but I was like, okay, if I have it, then, and if I can do it, if I didn't, you know, munch it some type of way, like cut it and put it on my song. I was confident at that. And I was disappointed by the label by taking the song down. Because, like, let's take it like this, man. Hip hop, let's say trap, that Migos type of sound, they all got similarity. Why can't you be happy if somebody has some similarities of your own style in your music? I'll be like, okay, I'm winning because my style is progressing. Some kids coming back after me are doing it. So that's how I looked at it. But in house music, it's like individual. Everyone is doing his own thing. Style, signature. Like so many guys would put out an album that sounds the same from one song to the end. I don't want that. I want different things, different sounds. So I would, if I was Dawson, I would be happy to say, somebody is pushing my movement. So this sound is not gonna die. So that's how I looked at it.
Nah, shout out, brother. I think one thing that I really liked, and I did, and I was honest because basic, I was one of those ones who also came after you and actually asked, wait so long. But what I really liked is the fact that you stood your ground, Mfana. So you didn't alter anything. You didn't play loose. You stood your ground in the fact that this is my song and this is what I did. But shout out to that. Shout out to that. Okay, the question that I even asked, because spacing, I even asked to Upuga, is regarding sample packs. So, as a producer, is that something that you come across as you perhaps make music that uh, more times than not, because you're all in the same industry, and somehow you'll get all these things in, I don't know, in one, in a couple of websites, whatever. It's very possible to make a song that would sound like someone else. Is it like that? Doc Henning, are you
It's
still
very,
there, brother? Okay, there's a delay. Okay, that's fine.
I think it's possible when you design the sound with a goal in mind, you know. That way it's possible. Because there's more into production. There's what we call sound design. You can design any type of sound from drums to the synths, the chords. You can design them to how you want them. So sometimes there's a movement that's going on, there's a type of sound that's going on, there's labels. So you catch up on that and it affects your sound design, Robo. You end up reaching similarities of that sound that's actually current. So I think that's what happened.
Nah, thanks for the reply, brother. Thanks for the reply indeed. Let's bring in Papa Lissid into the conversation. Papa Lissid, good evening, Autiaka. Welcome to Everything House Music. Please unmute.
Sure, Mr. Vox. How you doing, bro?
Nah, I'm all good. I'm fine. I'm all good. I think we're finally talking about this thing we've been meaning to for the longest
Uh,
time.
yeah, to be honest and fair, I was also one of the people actually who was asking and a bit concerned as to why is it what Unicode, right? Sounded like
Yeah, Unicode.
the Dolphin one. Yeah. But honestly, I think we have to give it to the guy. He didn't fold. He stuck to his ground. He tried to explain Hore because he said something about strumming. So I found it very odd, Hore. How would you strum similar to like an existing beat? Sigulabon. But anyway, that's just technicalities. For me, I just wanted to actually give him thumbs up. I've seen some of his songs on the timeline. I just told myself I don't want to be negative going forward. Sigulabon. So we just need to support the guy. Definitely, he's got something good going for himself. Sigulabon. It's got a clean sound. Yeah, he has actually gained himself a fan. I'm gonna hit the follow button without being any controversial or anything. Big ups, Abuti Henning. Yeah, Abuti Gang, I know there's inspiration, right? Because how a producer, you maybe want to sound like Nati or whoever, right? But try to tweak it. We pair your own sound, not to sound like Nati. Because if you're gonna sound like Nati or Dawson, you've got a lot of house heads who would actually pick it up within the first 16 to 32 bars, Siglobo. Especially with chords. You can't be playing the same chords similar to an existing song. Try to, I don't know, strum it differently or do something different, Sigulabo. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents. Yeah, because I'm sure you guys spoke about a lot. I actually joined later on. I could not join you guys at 8 p.m. But yeah, so far so good.
Nah, shout out, Papa Lisedi. Doc Henning, brother, would you like to reply to that?
Well, I can only hear you. I didn't hear anything that Popole said. And I'm interested because he's one of those guys that been going after me.
You can't say that.
No, I think what Papa Lisedi was saying is that yes, he was one of those guys just like me. I think we're probably the only two people that ever admitted to this. Sorry, on the day we came after you, but we were just fans. I guess we didn't have enough knowledge. So, but he was sharing what he loves your music and keep up the good work. You gained a follower because of because on that day, you stood your ground, mfana. You didn't, you didn't hesitate. Mfana, you were answering us left and right, mfana. So that's what he was just saying. Uri. Shout out to the music, but perhaps, I mean, try and tweak the music so that it actually doesn't sound like the next person, because there's house heads out there, the likes of Papa Lisedi, that would listen to music and be like, ah, this sounds like this. So that's what he was saying,
Nah,
mfana.
you know that doesn't normally happen with me because like when you listen to my music, it's very different from a lot of guys. And that song, I don't know, you know how God works in I don't know, different ways. Because like when I look at it, for me it's a bonus because it pushed my brain in a way that I wanted to. I think that incident kind of helped me, but I'm not proud of it. I don't like it. But happy, I think people didn't understand it the way I understand. So yeah, but I'm glad that it happened. Though. I won't lie.
No, I like that. I like that. I like that. Mfana. Shout out for that. I mean,
Sorry,
your
Voxy, I
learning
wanted to say
experience.
something. Sorry, Voxy, I wanted to say it's a what do they call it? It's a collateral beauty of some sort. I just wanted to make that comment. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll forgive you on this week, Miss LP. I mean, yeah, it's the week. It's the week. But yeah, I was asking with the Dakini Uguti, I mean, what was the learning experience from that? I mean, from people noticing music that sounds similar to someone else's music, but also the mere fact that um, the record label perhaps didn't communicate with you accordingly, right? What was also that experience that you released music with this record label and it just didn't treat the whole situation as you would like perhaps a situation to be treated? So, what was the learning experience around all of that? Thank you.
I think I've learned with house music, things are different. People are more negative than helping each other, you know, like in a way. Because, like, for me, the experience was way too negative. So, I think house music, dog, it's way too negative. That's why it's not progressing like other genres. There's too much individualism and there's too much know it alls. So, it's kind of sad, dog. It's very sad the movement because when you look at the years that house music has been around, I think some people should be eating well by now. So even the people who are negative are not really eating well, even though they're famous. So I think it's sad. It's killing the movement. It's very sad.
No, I think you're on point there, brother. I think you've got some really good points. Duck Henning, I think when was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. I mean, I asked a question to Chat GPT regarding deep house music being commercially viable, and you
Yeah.
actually had your own take on that. Could you I mean share a bit further on what you actually think about that? Because I actually even had a conversation earlier on with EUPZ. We actually on the call and we were talking about that. But what is your further, I mean, extension to is deep house music commercially viable? And when we say commercially viable, I think maybe what I was getting furthest to is playing the music freely on radio, not only in clubs, yeah, not only in clubs, not only in groove, but having the music freely in corporate events, having it freely in marketing campaigns, in movies, on and on and on. But yeah, could you share further regarding that question? Thank you.
I think regarding radio, I would say people like radios push image. Yes, it's music, but your image is very important. So how you carry yourself, how you do your business, will put you in that place of being played in a mainstream. Because for an example, if you got everything on luck, no matter how your song is deep or anything, they can play it. Like Ostambo would play on the CDFM. So it's the image. But we can all do it in our own way, not in somebody else's way, like copy that copy.
This Bloom weather. Bloemfontein weather is causing us all kinds of mishaps on the space. We keep on losing Dvrk Henning. Okay, we just lost him now again uh, because of the Bloom weather, but because of, I think, a lot of things also, just load shedding and all kinds of crap. But thank you for joining us today. We are our guest today is Dvrk Henning on Everything House Music, and I've just been chatting about his career and about his music and about some things that just have happened that we noticed, that I noticed also as a fan of music, that intrigued me for quite a while. So thank you for joining us. Thank you. Shout out to you. I see today we even have Dvffodils here. Shout out, brother. Thank you for coming through. Uh, I don't think I've seen Umbali Spacing for like 3 years or so, but she's here. Thank you so much for joining us. And thanks to everyone else who's here. We do this midweek, 8 p.m. On the 7th of March. Yeah, on the 7th of March, we're gonna be hosting Otopi. Otopi, who's a part of the Tequila Gang, yes. So that man is actually running Tequila Gang, if I'm not mistaken. So look forward to that on the 7th of March. Next week, we're going to have Klabizo. Klabizo is actually releasing a Deep House EP on Candid Beings. So that's something to look forward to. So next week on the 22nd, we're going to be to Klabizo. Um, I think we haven't had a female artist on Everything House Music. Yes, we haven't. So she's literally going to be the first female artist that perhaps releases a deep house EP uh, on a record label that we're going to even have on the deep house space. So that's the plan, to also have her on the deep house space, just to spread her wings regarding her music. Because this is something exciting to me. I'm looking forward to it. I'm super looking forward to it. So please come and join us. And yes, we've been sending emails to quite a lot of other artists. We're just waiting for confirmations, waiting for confirmation from the likes of Dinga Gaba, all the way in Baltimore. Looking forward to that. Hopefully, it happens one of these days. Yeah, but yeah, it's gonna be a good year. It's gonna be a good year. It's gonna be a good year. Looking forward to the interviews and the chats we're going to be having with these producers. Let's go back to Doc. Doc Henning has come back. He's come back. Hopefully now he's going to stay a bit longer. But Doc Henning, is your mic working? You can unmute and let us hear you so you can carry on with what you were sharing before you got disconnected. Okay, there's a possible delay. Okay, let's wait again. Doc Henning, please unmute, brother. Let us hear you. And it's better. That's what Lloyd normally says. Lloyd normally says that a lot. But before, perhaps I play another song. Lloyd Inja, what's your take on this, Inja? What's your take on sample packs and all these songs, perhaps sounding similar? And also, I mean, the fact that we hold so many spaces, I think it's our responsibility to research a bit more, to find out a bit more, so that perhaps we don't sound ignorant. and arrogant on our spaces, so that we sound informed also, because that's also going to help not only us, but help each and every person else who joins us on our spaces. So, what's your thoughts, Inja, on the conversation? Thank you.
I think Vox, we've asked this question to a lot of producers, right? Specifically going back to Cooler Fair, going back to Natty Nice, going to Vinny Da Vinci, going to Ninima Lux. All of them were saying same thing in common. They were saying you have to have your own sound, right? You literally have to have your own sound. So you can experiment and do all types of genres, produce this, produce that. But as soon as you find that you're gonna be producing deep house or house music in general, you need to have your own sound. You need to have that sound whereby if a DJ is playing your song and somebody who's sitting, the papa is sitting is like, nah, this has to be nothing nice. Naganchani. Yabo. So having that will actually give you more power and more knowledge going forward, because you're gonna add samples, you're gonna add sample packs and do all those things, but still your sound will still be the same. We'll know this person who produced song is Ninima Lux Naganchan, or this is Ninati Nice, this is Kula Fair, yeah. So I think there are good to have to use the sample packs, maybe for creativity wise. Obviously we need to have new songs, so you have to experiment here and there. Yeah, well, there's producers that actually challenge themselves. An example would be Jazzuel strives to change his sound each and every time he drops an album or an EP. Yeah, well, so that change of sound will have you'll need to have at least new sample packs. Yeah, well, so yeah, those definitely are my thoughts on the sample packs and on the conversation in general. Um, I think, hey, you know what? I think we truly need to learn and be knowledgeable when it comes to production. At least have an idea. Well, music wise, yeah, we do understand music. We do understand those basics and the dynamics and all. But production wise, we need to actually have knowledge. You need to learn. When someone is speaking about this, we know what they're talking about. When they're speaking about certain software, we know what they're talking about. Yeah, well, yeah, we can do that. We can do that. It's definitely a YouTube thing. We don't have to recognize level or producer. No. Uh, we just need to level the YouTube videos. It's like an hour, 2 hours of videos watching. Okay, this is how Fruity Loops work. That's how this works. That's how you master a song. That's how you mix a song. Yeah, well, then that's it. We don't have to learn to do that. Just need to understand the process of actually grooming and putting a song together. That's it. So we'll see. We'll see. Still have a long way. Still have a long way. So probably in the next few months we'll be asking questions based on the knowledge you've gained. Why not this song is not properly mastered? What did you use? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, well, so we get in there. We get in there. Yeah. I'll
Nah,
stop.
shout out, Inja.
I'll stop at that.
Nah, shout out, Inja. Okay. I'm gonna try because I think I'm a very patient man. Yes, I'm a Zulu man. But I'm a very patient man. So Dvrk Henning. Dark Henning, brother. Because you are here for you today, this evening. This day, cow. We're supposed to close at 10, but I think we can give it another 30 minutes or so just to hear your voice, man, just to hear a bit more about your career, because that was the plan. So please unmute your mic, Let us test again if we can hear you, so we can carry on our conversation with you. Dvrk Henning, please unmute your mic. I am better. I am Shapa came down. It's like I told her the flower, just like a lot of other ladies on the 14th. In better Johan. But I think Dvrk Henning, I think we need to bring him on the deeper space one of these days when he releases music. We definitely have to do that. Seeing that we're during the week and it's in the evening, also maybe just causing a lot of commotion like that. But Dvrk Henning, in fact, I think we'll have to schedule something for the deeper space where there's even a bigger audience of people that will be there, perhaps to gain from your wisdom of music and knowledge. Miss LP, seeing that it's 10 o'clock, and of course, we are a 2 hour podcast, a 2 hour space. Um, would you like to get into perhaps maybe mention a few things that we've been talking about this topic, and perhaps also just give us your last remark? What do you think, Miss LP?
Whatever happened to saving the best for last? It's fine. So for me, I think today has been awesome. Tonight rather, and I think it's any opportunity that I get to learn. I think I will always grab it with arms wide open. So thank you so much. I think you've given me a lot to really think about, and I think one of the most important things that I also do want to take outside of specifically speaking to Mr. Henning is indaba yokuthi we really need to be well, I think, versed with this music industry if we're going to be sitting in a platform where we want to impart knowledge on other people. So I think that's a big learning from my side. There's a lot of things that I think sometimes we take certain things I think for granted, but as we get into it and as the I think audience also grows, we need to be more professional. We need to I think really just engage more in terms of being well informed so that we can impart that knowledge. I think we owe it to ourselves, but especially as a brand, right? But especially the people that we are inviting on this platform. So I think this has really given me it's really picked my brain I think tonight. And me when it comes to these conversations where we really get to think, where we really get to I think engage on a probably deeper level. That's where I'm like really really tuned in. So thank you for today. It's really just a pity that we didn't get too much out of Dvrk Henning. I think I really support what you're saying in terms of maybe bringing him back from a deep house perspective, because I think there's a lot that this man can share that we really didn't actually get into. What I also want to just say, sorry, I know I can be long winded. I'm going to leave it at this. What I also really do appreciate about him is a comment that was made is where he stands by his truth, right? And he really doesn't fold. And I think what I really appreciated is where he sees a silver lining in something. So yes, I'm taking accountability. I could have done better. However, I'm choosing to see the silver lining. And he's saying, there was a bit of and sorry, I had to cut you there, but basically speaking about the collateral beauty, right? Of here's a blunder that I did, but I'm choosing to see it in a positive light because this has actually done something positive for my brand rather than just wallowing in that sorrow and, disappointment in myself. So that's something that I think I really I really take from what he said, and I commend him for that. So just to really thank him. I know he's really tried to keep coming in and out, even though he was really struggling with network. I would like to say maybe just move one either to M Web or just move to Joburg. Maybe we should just do that, right? While we were ahead. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate tonight. It's one of the special ones for me. Thanks, Voxman.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miss LP. Thank you for joining us and adding to the voice of everything house music. We've been doing this. And it's been amazing. It's been amazing. And I think I remember when Mr. Mapumulo told us that we shouldn't stop, so we're not stopping anytime soon. And I think importantly, and one of the priorities from my side is that we elevate. Yeah, so we elevate. We can't remain stagnant. Never, never. We can't. No, I'll get paranoid if we become stagnant in anything in life. So thank you so much, Miss LP, for adding that, and thank you for the submission. Before I go to the other co-captains here, Dvrk Henning, I'll test your mic again.
Sure.
Dvrk Henning, brother, I think you heard what Miss LP was saying Yes. Please, please, please go on. You probably have a lot of things to say right now. The platform is yours.
Okay, so I think as an artist, like we need to learn this stuff. I think making music and production is just a smaller portion of the whole business, music business. There's so much going on. Like now, we live in the digital world. When you do business, you need to master the digital world. You need to understand those things. So it's not just about making music. If you wanna go far, you need to learn a lot of things like sound exchange. I mean, I would be happy now. My EP is on Stage 2 Sound. So how am I gonna get those royalties? Most people don't even know that, you know. So we need to know everything, like everything. Where is my money and how do I get my royalties? Even though I was released by a label, so I think even labels need to start sharing these things with artists, and they need to be open with everything. And the guys should also stop looking at labels as the way to do it. And signature, as a person, I'm a human being. I will always have the signature. Let's not force having the signature. You are the signature because you are unique as you are. Just make music and stop the signature thing, because now we've brainwashed even the fans about the signature thing. So I feel like we're not making music, we're just making signature. So yeah, man, I think there's a lot that people should learn, especially business wise, because image is very important. If we wanna play you on radio, you have to have the certain image. You have to be presentable. So when you look at most guys, like the producers, they would be dropping jokes week after week, week after week. So how does a promoter if gonna even recognize such a person? We need to love our brand. We need to help them grow by being disciplined always. I think that's just there.
No, I love that, brother. No, I love that so much. I'm fine. When are you releasing on Techu Sounds?
Well, I don't think I'm gonna be looking out for labels. I'm trying to make my bag. You know, I look at my releases as a way of investment. But if there's an opportunity, I'll take it because it will take my brand further. Hopefully, it happens, but I don't know. I just don't go after labels like that. But everything that's been happening, I'm truly grateful. I've never reached out to anyone ever since I started my brand. Most people have reached out to me like Jazzuelles and other opportunities. So I'm thankful.
And uh, and regarding perhaps upcoming music releases in Cha, when can you expect something so you can schedule something for the deeper space?
Yeah, this year I'm gonna drop a lot of music. My first release is gonna be on the 3rd of March, and we'll take it from there. There's gonna be remixes. That label that took down Unicode, I'm gonna drop something with them. I'm preparing an EP for them too, and I just completed a remix for them. So I'm all about positive vibes, guys. Always.
Ngicwele ngawumfana. Ngicwele ngawumfana. I think you taught me so much in that. But in those couple of days in jail, now you taught me a lot, Mfana. As a human being, also as a fan, as a music lover, I learned a lot from you. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Fana, for giving us your time. I don't know if
Yeah.
maybe Lloyd or Miss LP, Buga, anything that you'd like to say to this man or ask last anything from you guys.
Hey, Henning. Hey, say, Dvrk Henning, one good. I don't think he has us. He
Eish.
can
Eish.
only hear Fox.
Yeah, I guess so. Henning, can you help? Doc Henning, can you hear me or only? Or you lost you again? Ish. Ish. Yeah, ne. But
Asa.
naganjani. We deeper space. I mean, he said when he's releasing again, third. We can schedule that easy. Easily. Nakanjani. Let's give the mic to Lloyd. Yeah, Lloyd Ninja, go for it, please. Last remark for today, the Deep House Space. Thank you.
Did you say the deep house space?
Oh shit.
Nimushapite.
I didn't got them man. I didn't got there's a lot of these things. Eish.
um, ish. Yeah. Nah, I'll just give Miss LP. You know, Mos. If LP and Nokwanda here, they'll do closing for 2. Tomorrow on the deeper space we have Leather Jam, we have Zulu Mafia, and who's the last one, Vox? And Lin Q, yes, Lin Q on the deeper space tomorrow, 12 p.m. till 2 p.m. We'll be with these gents with their EPs. Yes. Uncle, hey, Miss LP. Remember your closing is for 2, ne? Yeah.
Ladies, I would like to remind you, hore basimane batla herda. So anyway, I think just maybe a call to action from my side. We were talking now about bringing in people who are quite knowledgeable around the business side of music, right? I think as soon as you said that, or someone said that, the first thing that came to mind is how great it would be to have a platform, right, where we would have different people within, house music. After all, it is everything house music, right? So we have different, I think, whether it's producers, whether it's artists, whether it is people on the business side, the legalities of, I think, music, etc. And we basically just have a discussion, like a panel of people who are basically we just discuss music in general, every element of music. So that's something that I would really like to sort of push for. And when I say call to action, so I'm referring to people like you. Once again, sorry, that's nice. I'm putting you on the spot. It's just that you're really there. I mean, you're obviously quite a big influence, and I'm a huge fan. So I'm going to put it out there as well. So basically, the likes of you really just, becoming speakers and becoming part of our panel. And then we just have just discussions where we really educate people. We'll come in, we promise we will do our homework as well, so that at least we have something to also offer. But I think from a specialization perspective, my call to action would be more of a request to action, rather, would be if you could maybe just give us that opportunity where we can have, the likes of you, Natsi Nice, and we just have a panel of people where we actually have discussions that would really be fruitful. Because I believe also if you've walked a path, there's certain things that you would have learned that you would want for the next generation, or the next or up and coming, rather, where you would want them to avoid, especially some of the negatives that we've had to go through. It's one of the reasons why I'm actually in the music industry. Is my biggest dream is to ensure that whatever it is that I've had to endure, hopefully, especially from a female DJ perspective, that they won't have to go through every single thing, especially on the negative lights that I've had to go through. So I would really, yeah, that's something I'm really passionate about. So if you could please help us as a brand and a platform to basically create a space like that, I would really forever be grateful. I think I'm going to leave it at that. Otherwise, thank you to everybody. Thanks to the listeners. Thank you to our wonderful guest once again. We know you really tried, but I still am really suggesting you either move to MWeb or you just move out of that place. The world is your oyster after all. And thank you to my lovely co-host, to our host, for hosting us. And then, yeah, once again, the listeners, we would be nothing without you. So really appreciate it. Enjoy your evening further.
Dvrk Henning must come to Cape Town. Not even Joburg. Not even Joburg. Kappa. We must come further down. Mustn't go up. But yes, shout out to Dvrk Henning. Absolutely amazing guy. I think he's got a lot to say. And yes, the deeper space is where he's needed next. So he can spread his wings with new listeners and even more conversations. Apuga Proam, Oscar, last remark, Mfana. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for joining us. Please give us last remark for today's Everything House Music. Thank you.
Yo, shout out to Miss Brown. Shout out to Miss KK. Yo, man. Without any further ado, man, you know what? All I'm gonna say is this guy is talented, guys. This guy, he has a gift from God. Yeah, they blessed him. They blessed him. They really, really blessed him. And shout out to him for actually not giving up on coming to spaces, even though this network is very, very bad. But shout out to him for actually not giving up and always being here, man. And yeah, and coming through and pulling up and telling us. At least of the things that we wanted to hear. Yes, there's more probably we would love. In fact, you know what, Vox, if it's possible, please reschedule another one because I think we do need to listen to more of him, to what he was saying, because he mentioned a lot of stuff. And for me, I don't wanna lie, man, like it's an inspiration, it's an eye-opening to me. He did really mention a lot, you understand, more especially when it comes to these signature moves thing, when it comes to music, especially generally in house music, this thing of signatures, of having signatures and all that. He really like point out something that is really, really, really the best within it. Because if we are to beg, I'm fair to, if ever you are gonna be saying that you have a signature move and all that, that means I can be inspired by you, Mus. That means, Mus, I can't. Yes, I understand you're gonna say yes, you can be inspired by doing your own style. But then what if I just wanna do a tribute to you? Then what? And then what? So I can't do it because now when there's a signature moves, whatnot. But yeah, I guess it's a story of another day. But also regarding the facts, the insights when it comes to music and as a whole, I think you guys really need to look into that space. We really need to do it, need to host a space of having the facts and info within music, because music is broad. Music, it's not just you being a producer and using a full studio, sitting over there, and then the next day you're just filling up papers, you're getting royalties. That's it. No, it's broad, it's big. You understand? We have more people. You have people like event promoters, which they do contribute within the music industry. You understand? So it's really, really broad, and we do need to like look into it. Really, really need to look into it. But without much further words, I appreciate your guys hosting this space, and not only this one, but including each and every space, because ke cooperation, ke a bona hore ha ke cooperation mo wa bona hore e kgolo tje, e kgolo. But yeah, without anything further, man, Vox Nyabong, I'm fair to shout out to you all, shout out to you, shout out to Miss LP, shout out to Lloyd, yeah, shout out to everything house music. Yeah, let's do it again next week or next time when we host. And shout out to each and everyone who pulled up in the space today, guys. We really appreciate y'all, each and everyone, to you, man. We do appreciate it. And to shout out to we Jazz, man. Shout out to you, Jam. I hope you grind abuti. Yeah, that's it, Vox. We grind, Jam.
That's Booga. That's Booga the DJ. Does a lot of amazing things with sound, and he can clean your music. He can. Hey, this man is really good at what he does. So if you wanna book another DJ from Everything House Music, um, you can go through me and get Bua again. Yes, you can do that. Bua is also a grand, amazing DJ. He does amazing things on the decks. And he's also a part of Top of Morning Space, which happens each and every weekday, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. We go there and we become woke. We go there and we become woke. I was told by a friend that we are woke people in that space. So shout out to Upo. And Lloyd is also the host of that space. Thank you to each and every person here. Thank you so much. As Lloyd mentioned, tomorrow, 12 p.m., Deep House Space, Lin Q, Luda, Zulu Mafia. I think we've been waiting for the Zulu Mafia. Zulu Mafia essay. Most of us who are house music lovers, just to hear him talk, just to hear him talk about his music, because that man is making waves in and around the industry. So please come through, join us. On the 22nd next week, we're gonna be having Utlabizo. I think 22nd is on Wednesday, right? I think Wednesday is Utlabizo. We're gonna have on the Wednesday and also on the Deep House Space, so we can spread our wings. Because of course on the Deep House Space, you would have a bit more listeners which are at work and stuff. So please come through and join us. And she's got, I think it's a 4-track EP. She's singing on it. Sounds really good. Sounds really, really good. And then, as mentioned, on the 7th, Otto B from Tequila Gang. I mean, we've already had Vini. So, yeah, we are going through all these people in the industry. So, look out for them. And as always, if there's someone that who's releasing music from your side, and you'd like perhaps us to profile in the deep house space or anything, please bring them forth. Don't be shy. Don't be shy at all. But for my side, it's been another absolute grand time. Um, what I was visioning at some point regarding perhaps my viewpoint of where it should be heading as fans of house music, as lovers of the brand, um, is perhaps the mere fact that we should we should get to a point where we stop requesting that please come and support us, please come and buy music, because I think we've been saying that for the longest time. Um, I think we should be turning the tables at some point. Okay, so yes, people come to the gigs, people buy our music, but what next? So that's what I was just thinking. So what next after people buy your music? What next after people actually come to your gigs? So I was just thinking of that as a fan of the music, because I've stopped buying direct purchase. I've stopped. I can't anymore. Those songs are expensive. It doesn't make sense. So yeah, but what next? I think that's where maybe producers should get to. What next? You can't be just yes continuing and just purchasing your music, but what else should be there to help you propel your career? But not only your career, to help us fans perhaps understand you better, perhaps get some more fulfillment from your music. But that's just the Vox man. Um, and that those are not even the thoughts of the of everything house music. That's just me. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for coming through. It's been a good Thursday. It's been an amazing one. We're gonna close off with Sopranos. Sopranos was another single from Dvrk Henning from the EP that was taken down, uh, which was quite unfortunate. Yes, but yeah, we're gonna close with that. So thank you for joining us. It's been I can't stress enough how good today was. Yes, would have loved just to hear our guest a bit more, but because of load shedding and rain and all these things, we couldn't. But thank you for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow, or we'll see you again next week. I mean, if you're available, come through on Jazz Sunday Requests from 8 a.m. I do that also on Sundays. Thank you. Thanks to each and every person here. Enjoy this last song
House music.
and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Everything house music. Everything house music. Everything house music. Everything house music. Propelling sounds with meaning. Delivering on emotions that lack feeding. Intact, your souls have no peeling. Everything house music. Casting spells on unlearned beings, bringing them to the underground. Those are grooves that are worthy. House music is where it's at. Believe me. Everything house music.
Everything house music, propelling sounds with meaning, delivering on emotions that lack feeding. Intact, your souls have no peeling. Everything house, music, casting spells on unlearned beings, bringing them to the underground. These grooves are worthy, cause house music is where it's at. Believe me, everything house music.
Everything house music, propelling sounds with meaning, delivering on emotions that lack feeding. Intact, your souls have no peeling. Everything house music, casting spells on unlearned beings, bringing them to the underground. These are grooves that are worthy. House music is where it's at, believe me. Everything house music.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming through. Happy Thursday. Enjoy yourself your Thursday. If you're going out, please keep safe on the roads. Don't listen to bad music. Use the Uber only. Be safe, please, please, because when I see you back here again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep safe and enjoy the rest of the week. See you tomorrow on Deeper Space. Siabo. That was good.